Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to distill big ideas down to the core knowledge you need. And today, maybe it's more about mastering the game of life itself.
That's a great way to put it.
We're diving deep into Florence Scovel Shinn's The Game of Life and how to play it. It's such an influential text.
Absolutely.
And her core idea, it's kind of radical, isn't it? Life isn't this constant battle.
No, not at all. It's a game with rules. And these rules, well, they're the spiritual laws that govern everything.
It's empowering, really. It means failure isn't like punishment.
Exactly. It just means you maybe didn't know the rules or didn't follow the instructions properly.
Yeah.
Shin's brilliant at laying these out. The big one, the one she circles back to again and again, is giving and receiving.
That old saying, whatsoever a man soweth.
That shall he also reap. Precisely. So generosity, you get abundance back. So criticism, well, you know what happens.
The boomerang effect.
Right. Comes right back at you.
But it's deeper than just actions, isn't it? She puts huge emphasis on the imaging faculty, our imagination.
Huge. She calls it the scissors of the mind.
That's evocative. What does she mean by that exactly? The scissors.
Well, think about it. Your imagination is always active, right? It's constantly cutting out these mental pictures, these images you hold in your mind,
Okay.
whether they're good images or bad ones, positive or negative. And those mental movies, the ones you run repeatedly, Shin says they have to eventually show up in your outer world. They externalize.
So the mission for us, for you listening, is if you want to actually win this game.
You have to grab hold of those scissors. You need to control the images you're cutting out.
Right. So today, that's what we're doing. We're going to unpack the engine behind this whole thing, the mind, and look at some of Shin's, honestly, kind of startling examples of these laws in action.
Yeah, some of the case studies are really eye-opening. Let's start with the mind structure. Shin breaks it down into three parts, three departments.
Okay.
You've got the superconscious, she calls that the God mind. Then there's the conscious mind, and finally, the subconscious. I want to pause on the conscious mind for a second. She uses terms like mortal or carnal mind. How should we understand that today?
Good question. It's not just your thinking process. It's more like the part of you that operates based on what your five senses tell you. It's full of doubt, sees limitations everywhere. It's kind of like the everyday ego.
The part that gets scared, sees lack, believes only what it can touch and see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the real powerhouse, according to Shin, is underneath that. It's the subconscious mind.
Okay.
This part is pure, raw power. Think of it like steam or electricity. Immense potential, but no direction on its own. It just does whatever it's told.
And she stresses something specific here. It has no power of induction. What does that mean practically?
It means it can't reason. It can't deduce. It can't make choices based on logic or morality. You impress an image on it, build a mansion, build a jail cell. It doesn't question the wisdom.
It just builds.
It just executes.
Yeah.
It's the faithful servant, totally literal, and, crucially, it has absolutely no sense of humor.
Which makes the game tricky.
Very tricky. Whatever you feel deeply, whatever you picture clearly, gets impressed on it. And it carries it out. Shin says, in minutest detail.
That literalness is kind of terrifying when you see her examples. Like the man who was obsessed with a rare disease.
No, that was chilling.
He didn't focus on he just kept reading about this disease,
Well,
picturing the symptom.
Constantly imaging it.
And what happened? He manifested it, died from it. A victim, really, of his own imagination running wild in the wrong direction.
It's extreme, but it proves the principle. And it's not just conscious active fear. Think about the other story, the woman who played make-believe as a child.
The widow game.
Yeah, dressing up in black, pretending her husband had died. It's a childhood game,
It
right?
seems so.
But she grew up, married someone she loved deeply, and then he died young. And she found herself wearing black for years. Shin argues that childhood picture lodged in the subconscious.
It was powerful enough to eventually manifest, even against her adult wishes.
Wow! That's the argument. The subconscious takes those early, deep impressions very seriously.
Okay, wait. Is it really that deterministic? Are we just puppets of any stray thought or childhood game? Is there a safety net?
There is. The safety net is accessing the third department, the superconscious mind.
The God mind.
Right. This is the realm of perfect ideas, divine inspiration. It holds the master plan, what Shin calls the divine design, or the perfect pattern for each individual life. Your conscious mind might be full of fear, but the superconscious It knows only perfection. It never doubts.
And this blueprint idea is key because the superconscious knows, as Shin puts it, there is a place that you are to fill and no one else can fill, trying to force yourself into someone else's place.
Guarantees frustration and failure, which leads us straight to the idea of divine selection.
Meaning,
If you're striving for things, jobs, relationships, whatever, that aren't actually part of your divine pattern, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
That's why Shin insists, don't ask for specifics based on ego. Ask for the right thing. Ask for the divine selection.
which brings in the law of substitution.
Exactly.
Let's unpack that. There's the story of the woman fixated on marrying one particular man, AB, she called him.
Right. Her conscious mind was locked onto him. But Shin advised her to shift her request. Not give me AB, but
Give me the divine equivalent, the right man for her pattern.
precisely. AB represented a limited, ego-driven desire. It might have looked good on the surface, but maybe it wasn't the right fit. By asking for the divine selection, she basically handed the request over to the superconscious, the part that holds the perfect pattern.
Then what happened?
She let go of the fixation on AB, and very soon after, she met someone else. Someone who was a perfect match, instantly returned her love, embodied everything she truly desired. It was the perfect substitution, no loss, only gain. It's about trusting the blueprint over your own limited view.
Okay, so step one is mastering the inner images, aligning with that divine design. Now let's talk about what we send out, our words.
Yes, the power of the word. That inner image eventually vibrates outwards through what we say. Shin is very clear. By your words you are justified, and by your words you are condemned.
We're constantly making laws for ourselves with our everyday chat.
Constantly. It's not just formal affirmations. It's the casual complaints, the jokes, the offhand remarks.
That story about the woman who kept joking about wanting to live in a trunk always gets me.
It's darkly funny, isn't it? She was just tired of housekeeping, kept saying, oh, I wish I lived in a trunk.
And the universe, or her subconscious, took her literally.
Apparently so. She ended up losing her home and living in a tiny trunk-like room, a very expensive punchline, as you said.
Wow, it just shows the subconscious is always listening.
Always. No sense of humor, remember? Joke about being broke, constantly brush off compliments. You're impressing lack. You're impressing denial onto that power field, and it will deliver.
This even explains things like superstitions, right? The lucky charm, the rabbit's foot.
Absolutely. The power isn't in the object. It's in the belief the object triggers in the person. That belief, combined with maybe speaking about expecting good luck, creates an expectancy in the subconscious.
Which then attracts the lucky break.
Exactly. Which leads us neatly to the law of prosperity. Shin states very clearly, God or infinite spirit is our supply, but we have to unlock it. Through the spoken word, yes, but also through active faith. This is critical. If you say you want success, but all your actions prepare for failure, which message do you think the subconscious acts on?
The preparation, the action. You get what you prepare for.
Precisely. So you have to act as if you have already received. That's the famous digging ditches idea. You act like the blessing is already here or on its way.
That's the physical evidence the subconscious needs.
It seems so. Like the woman looking for an apartment when there were absolutely none to be found. Everyone told her she was crazy.
Prepare for storage, don't buy anything.
Right. But what did she do?
She went out and bought new blankets for the apartment she didn't have.
Exactly. A tangible act. It showed unwavering faith. It impressed the subconscious with completion, with possession. And because she prepared for the apartment.
She got one. Miraculously jumped the queue. The subconscious saw the blankets and went, she's serious. Order up.
Basically, yes. And sometimes the direction for that action, that active faith, comes from within, that inner nudge.
Like the other woman, down to her last $8. Logic said panic.
Right. But her intuition, Shin calls it intuition, being taught from within, gave her very illogical instruction. Just go home.
And she followed it.
She did. And through a completely unexpected chain of events involving an old friend showing up, she received a huge sum of money.
So that intuition, that inner knowing, it's the guide.
It's the unerring guide, yes.
Yeah.
But it tends to speak loudest when we're in that state of fearless faith, willing to act even when the mortal mind thinks it's absurd.
Okay, but let's face it, the biggest block for most of us isn't a lack of desire, it's fear.
Absolutely. Shin tackles this head on. She calls fear inverted faith.
Faith in the negative instead of the positive. Faith in evil or lack instead of good.
And she says it's man's only real enemy. Because what you fear, you tend to attract.
So how do we deal with it?
Through the law of non-resistance. It comes from the teaching, resist not evil. Engaging with fear, fighting it, arguing with it. Shin says that resistance is hell. It keeps you in torment.
Because you're fighting the boomerang you yourself threw.
Exactly. You're energizing the very thing you don't want.
So non-resistance isn't just lying down and taking it. It's an internal stance.
It's an internal action, yes.
Yeah.
It's a willingness to accept what is without inner turmoil or struggle. Shin has this amazing insight. When you become truly willing to do the thing you're afraid of, often the need to do it disappears.
Like the latter example.
The ladder, perfect illustration. The woman terrified of bad luck sees a ladder blocking the sidewalk. First, she avoids it, takes the long way. But then she decides, no, I have to face this lion on my pathway.
She musters her courage.
Goes back, ready to walk under it. And the ladder's gone. Someone moved it.
Her fear attracted the obstacle. Her fearlessness removed it. It's so clear.
It really is. And that non-resistance has to extend outwards, too, towards other people. This brings us to the law of love and forgiveness.
Love and goodwill, she says, take every trick in the game.
They neutralize negativity. But the flip side, hatred, resentment, holding grudges, unforgiveness. Shin is adamant these are major causes of dis-ease in the body.
She links specific emotions to ailments, right? Criticism causes rheumatism.
Yes, and unforgiveness hardens the arteries. The body becomes the physical printout of the mind's resentments.
Which makes the healing story so powerful. The woman with the incurable skin condition.
Doctors were stumped. But she was also holding on to intense bitterness towards a former colleague who'd got her fired.
The root cause wasn't physical.
It was spiritual, so she decided to tackle it there. She spent nights working in the silence, as Shin puts it, specifically focusing on releasing all hatred, all resentment, praying for that man's good.
Just pouring goodwill and forgiveness onto the situation.
Purely, fulfilling the law of love. And after the third night,
The skin disease vanished, completely healed, because the internal state that caused it was dissolved.
the physical manifestation followed the spiritual shift. It ties right back into karma. You reap what you sow. Give out resentment, you get disease.
But here's the beautiful part, the escape clause almost.
Yes, the law of grace. This transcends karma. Through the Christ within, our connection to the divine, we can access grace, forgiveness.
So karma is the law of consequences, but grace is the law of forgiveness.
Exactly. We have the power, through conscious choice, through forgiveness of ourselves and others, to invoke grace and, as Shin wonderfully puts it, rub out our mistakes. Erase those old negative records in the subconscious.
That's such a relief. We're not doomed by past errors. Okay, so we've cleared the path, non-resistance, forgiveness. We've spoken the word, made the request aligned with our divine design. What's next?
Waiting for guidance. You've sent the request out, now you need to listen for the directions. The definite lead.
That intuition again.
Yes. And intuition doesn't debate or lay out a logical argument. Shin says it just points the way.
Like the student with the 3 job offers. Totally stuck.
Completely stuck. Conscious mind couldn't decide. So she asked for a definite lead, let it go, and woke up the next morning with this distinct impression.
I can smell Palm Beach.
Just that. No explanation. Just a sensory signal. She took the job, connected to Palm Beach, and it was the perfect successful move for her.
But you can't just get the hunch. You have to act on it, and you have to see things through, right? The importance of completion.
Absolutely crucial. Shin points out that holding on to a belief in incompletion, leaving projects unfinished, ideas half-baked, can actually block things from manifesting. The subconscious reflects your habits. Active faith is the bridge, but you have to walk across it.
Like the other student, the one who was financially blocked.
Yes. Shin asked her, is there anything unfinished in your life right now? And the student remembered some sewing she'd started weeks ago and just abandoned.
Seems trivial.
You'd think. But she went home, finished the sewing immediately. Symbolically, she completed something. She impressed completion on her subconscious, and very soon after,
The money showed up. Her husband got double pay unexpectedly.
the inner shift, demonstrated externally, opened the channel.
And the flip side of giving active faith is receiving gracefully, isn't it? Being a cheerful receiver.
Yes. If you block gifts, help, or opportunities out of false pride or feeling unworthy, you're essentially telling the universe, no thanks, I don't want abundance. You block your own channels.
So the ultimate aim of playing this game well, it's manifesting what she calls perfect self-expression.
That's the goal. The square of life fully realized. Health, wealth, love, and finding and doing your unique work, your purpose.
And she gives a specific demand for that, a way to ask for it.
A powerful one. Infinite Spirit, open the way for the divine design of my life to manifest. Let the genius within me now be released. Let me see clearly the perfect plan.
It's such a complete framework.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it all boils down to understanding this. Your outer world, your body, your finances, your relationships, it's just a reflection, an outpicture of what's going on in your subconscious mind.
And that subconscious is influenced primarily by...
Deep feelings, clear mental images, and the words you consistently speak.
So if the law works both ways, like you said, idle words landing you in a trunk, fear manifesting disease, then it stands to reason that conscious words, positive images.
Can manifest the divine design. Exactly.
Which brings us to the final thought for you listening. What small, consistent shift in your words or thoughts will you start making today? Shin gives us that powerful script to clear the decks.
I now smash and demolish by my spoken word every untrue record in my subconscious mind.
Powerful stuff, clearing out the old negativity.
They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imaginings. It acknowledges our power, our free will, and invokes grace.
So the rules of the game, when you strip it all down.
They're actually quite simple, though maybe not always easy to practice consistently.
Yeah.
Fearless faith, non-resistance, and love. That really is the path.
That's how you bring your heaven down to your earth. A profound way to think about it. Remember, you're always under direct inspiration. Until next time, keep playing the game consciously.